Welcome back to my series Uber driver tips and Lyft driver tips, where I give you Uber tips and Lyft tips to help you make more money, get higher ratings, and overall have a way better time driving for Lyft and driving for Uber. And this is a super important one because when you drive for Lyft and you drive for Uber, you are your own boss, which is awesome, right? There's so many pros to that. But on the other end, you are your own boss. If you don't drive, if you don't make enough money, no person is going to come after you, besides maybe your bill collectors, saying, hey, you only did 2 rides this week. You should have done 5, whatever the case is. So one huge pro tip I give to a lot of drivers is to set a quota. Now, I find for a lot of drivers, there are 3 different ways that they do this. First is you say, okay, I'm going to do X amount of rides a day. So you might say, look, I'm going to do 10 rides every day. Whether they're short or they're long, 10 rides is my quota. The second quota you could set is time. So you could say, for example, I'm going to drive 4 hours every day, 2 hours in the morning commutes, because the peak hours, 2 hours in the evening commutes, peak hours again, which equals 4 hours total. The third way you could set a quota, and this is my personal favorite, is doing a certain amount every day. So you say, look, I'm going to drive, no matter how long or short it takes, I'm going to drive until I get to $50, for example. And that was for me, actually, when I drove in Boston, that was my quota every day. The main reason why, little fun fact or side note, Lyft was the first app that allowed you to do instant cash outs, meaning you could drive and hit a button and instantly have that money in your bank account. I still remember the day it came out, and I was like, this is like revolutionary. I mean, I don't have to wait a week to get paid. I can get paid instantly. Like, that's crazy, right? And right in the beginning, right when it started, their quota was $50, and they charged you 2 quarters or 50 cents to withdraw it. I don't know why specifically 50 cents exactly. So what I do is I would drive, and the second I cracked over that $50 amount, I would cash out, which equaled, if you did that every single day for a month, roughly about $1,500. So I'd expect to get about $1,500 from Uber and Lyft. And then, of course, I'd make money from DJ gigs, my music, YouTube, so on and so forth. So my best advice, especially for a lot of the beginning drivers, like I said earlier in this video, that because you're your own boss, there's so many benefits. But also, if let's say you don't drive and you're slacking off because, hey, there's no boss looking over you saying you have to drive, and then all of a sudden you're like, shoot, I was relying on Lyft and Uber for paying this bill or whatever, and now you can't pay it, that is going to be an issue. Especially to stay self-motivated when driving, to make sure you're hitting your marks, always set a quota.